Welcome to Prima Donna News, where we give unbiased commentary about trending topics, as well as expose the propaganda surrounding Robert Kelly. Make sure to hit the like button, share the content, and ensure all notifications are on all in order to get all notifications from our channel.
It has been fueled by none other than Michael Wolff, the biographer of President Trump, that after Ghislaine Maxwell's arrest, Trump was allegedly very weary of information that she could reveal in the Epstein probe, and hence considered pardoning her. Wolff appeared as a guest on the Daily Beast podcast on Wednesday and made these claims about Trump possibly pardoning Maxwell. Wolff claimed that the 79-year-old became very wary about the arrest of Ghislaine Maxwell and asked whether or not what she could say. What would she say, and should he pardon her? Jeffrey Epstein, who was convicted of abuse of hundreds of children, passed away at a New York federal prison in 2019. Maxwell was arrested for being an accomplice to Epstein on July 2, 2020, towards the end of Trump's first term as president. She was convicted in December 2021 and was sentenced in June 2022. After watching the Sean P. Diddy trial, and after a renewed interest in the release of the Epstein files, many are asking the million-dollar questions. How can Sean Combs be not guilty of trafficking, with all the evidence that would suggest the elements of coercion used against those like Robert Kelly, when prosecutors can publicly declare the blueprint established by Robert Kelly's case, then apply it to Sean Combs? Quite naturally, some can perpetuate a race issue and skip the same thing can apply to Epstein's so-called Madame. How can it be known that witnesses in Diddy's case, such as Cassie or Cheryl Mack in Robert Kelly's case, can be used as a witness when they are in fact a co-conspirator in accordance to the charges being made, and can be assumed to be an unindicted co-conspirator? It becomes obvious the flaws within how these prosecutors have abused racketeering laws to stretch these act violations that they cannot prove beyond reasonable doubt other than using suspicious testimonies that are not credible. Trump has publicly stated he will consider a pardon for Sean Combs, yet as usual many will skip around what this should represent when it comes to the ongoing corruption, constitutional violations, and misconduct surrounding Robert Kelly's case. The Department of Justice and blogger Tasha K., as she recently floated about his lawsuit being dismissed, knowing the internal turmoil within Kelly's defense that played out publicly that only affected Robert Kelly and his fight to be vindicated. It should come as no surprise to those who followed Kelly's case, however, that the lawsuit would be refiled, as Tasha went to her YouTube channel gloating. With all that said, and all the connections and allegations being made, it should be clear the levels of corruption that the Department of Justice is willing to cover up along with the FBI. Robert Kelly had no client list, did not profit from any so-called trafficking embellishments, and there were no children in his case, as the media mislead the public considering using fabricated stories beyond the scope of prosecution to manipulate allegations made by adult women on events that could not be proven beyond witness testimony that only exposed inconsistencies that made each witness not credible. Ghislaine Maxwell is hopeful President Trump will review her case and pardon her after his Department of Justice controversial announcement about the Jeffrey Epstein files this week. But sources close to the president say there isn't a snowball's chance in hell that'll happen. We asked the White House if this is a legit option, and we got a hell no in return. A senior Trump official tells us there have been no discussions or considerations of a pardon for Ghislaine, and there never will be. After this week's official announcement about the Epstein files, people infuriated about the outcome have raged online, demanding to know, why is she in prison then? What are your thoughts? Do you see the hypocrisy and selective outrage?
These are people who seek to kill Mr. Kelly rather than allow the corrupt criminal conduct of those who manufactured his convictions be exposed.
Robert Kelly's attorneys has asked President Trump to help them get him freed from federal custody, accusing authorities of plotting to steal his mail in order to pressure witnesses to testify against him, and later recruited a white supremacist to eliminate him in prison. As talks of a pardon for Diddy and Maxwell surfaced, many are still afraid to face the facts that Robert Kelly's case was publicly manufactured, using witnesses who were not credible enough to stand alone and apply realistic charges for the allegations they deliberately piled against him. Kelly's life is now threatened because of his willingness to fight and to expose the very kind of corruption that President Trump has been fighting and standing up to since the day he took that office. Kelly's attorney, Bo Brindley, said at a press conference Tuesday afternoon, "We will ask President Trump to help us." Last month, Mr. Trump commuted the sentence of notorious gangster disciples, co-founder Larry Hoover, and has said he might consider pardoning Sean Diddy Combs, who is currently on trial on sex trafficking and racketeering charges. In February, he pardoned former governor Rod Blagojevich 5 years after commuting his sentence on corruption charges. Brindley said he does not plan to go through the normal clemency process to seek a pardon for Kelly from the president, but wants to ask the president directly. Many are skeptical of this approach, but that is neither here nor there. According to his attorney, he said the following: "We are seeking a conversation with the president because Robert Kelly does not have the time, with his life in danger, to go through the normal channels." Brindley said, "We are seeking talks with the White House. We are seeking talks with everybody who is willing to help us. People are starting to wake up and see the deception playing out. Yet how many will just speak on the topic?" Leave your comments below. And don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe if you haven't already.
Gave him R. Kelly's jail records. Ask him how he got R. Kelly's jail records. Ask him how I got the emails between Azrael and R. Kelly. So you mean to tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about?
Did that article state that the other person was in trouble? It did not. It did not. And there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. You think we don't know? And I'm not saying that they can't pull no shit, but what I'm saying is I'm talking about the article at hand. There was a reason why the article didn't say what it said, and for people to make all these assumptions, and oh boy, to be a lawyer, you should know. If the feds got something, they ain't gonna announce it. They already got it. And if they gonna do something with it, they gonna do something with it. Ain't gonna be no reporter letting people know ahead of time what's going on. When you hear Fed investigation, everybody know that. Guess what? You hear after they've made arrests, okay? You hear after that.
Unless they changed the law. Unless they changed it and I didn't know it. But they didn't change it. She was a co-conspirator.
Oh, definitely.
She aided and abetted Tasha K in her crimes and doing what she was doing. And she knew what she was doing because she took off the doggone dates and times off the corner of the pages.
Which shows intent.
She sent it to her.
Which shows intent.
This call is from a federal prison.
They knew what they was doing. And all of this happened in 2019.
Yeah.
Me and my girl was cool. We was in love. We was cool. She was sending me pictures. She was sending me letters for 6 months. But at the end of those 6 months, everything just changed within 3 weeks, like a light switch just switched off.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this question because this is in my mind. Does the search warrant say how was there a relationship between Agent A and Tasha K prior? Does a search warrant say?
Absolutely not.
Does a search warrant say that she was the one that sought out to deliver this illegal activities to Tasha K? How did that happen? Does a search warrant say anything about that?
No, I just said that's where she got it from, and it shows the date and time, how the date that she did it, that she accessed it, was the time that Tasha K. They showed their communications back and forth, and how Tasha K. put it out there.
Yeah, but Tasha K. was aware that she was having materials because she did say, from what I can recall, you telling me that she had the plug.
She had the plug, yes, and that's all in the search warrant. And just like I told you when I called my girl Cookie on the emails, all of that is in the search warrant. How somebody called their girlfriend Cookie, and everything, and even how I misspelled a certain thing when Tasha K said she had the plug on, how I don't know how to read or write or spell, and all of that's in the search warrant as well. Matt Lou, he mentioned all of that, but the interesting thing is he said that in this search warrant, I am not disclosing all the things I know about.
Wow. Wow.
He said that in the search warrant.
Wow.
Not disclosing everything. Just enough to show you that there was criminal activity going on BOP Officer A's computer. And Tasha K's name is in that search warrant at least 60 times. It's a 24-page.
The search warrant is 24 pages?
It's 24 pages.
Wow.